Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have from 1934, Clan MacGregor blended Scotch whiskey. A blend of a blend. I'll get it. Okay, a blend of our finest malt and grain whiskeys. Complex, sweet, and mellow flavor. I'll agree with that. Here's some medals that probably never won. A lot of these bottles will show some things like that that don't make a lot of sense. Just some coins or whatever. This is from William Grant and Sons. Wasn't started by them, but they own it now. I think since 1968. I think they said they bought it. I could look it up. It's not important. It's on the William Grant website. Bottled in Edison, New Jersey. How you like that? That's always been its selling point, that it's a good Scotch whiskey, but it's cheap because we bottle it in New Jersey. And I was looking at advertisements from the 1930s, and they were talking about bottling it in New Jersey. Distilled, aged, and blended in Scotland. Let's see, somewhere it says 3 years. Clan MacGregor blended Scotch whiskey combines the qualities of exceptional taste and fine flavor. It's dawn busters, but it's still dark. I see a little glint of light, which are derived from the expert blending of specialty selected Scotch whiskeys of all the finest quality. It is an achievement of perfection, distilled by skilled craftsmen and aged for 36 months to create a character of smoothness and taste that is unmatched. Now, boy, they bragging, huh? For $9.79, they're saying the flavor is unmatched. And it's aged 3 years, which is the minimum. All right. There's a huge cell phone tower they're building there. I guess that's a cell phone tower. Well, it really is not a... Used to be nice to look out here and see the sky and trees. Now I see the sky, trees, and a cell phone tower. It's hundreds of feet tall. Or at least 100. Yeah, it's taller than 100 feet. It's very tall. It's terrible. I live in an industrial, what do I live in? An industrial warehouse district. HM, Highland Mist over here. Here we have Highland Mist. Blended Scotch whiskey. They're saying they use a blend of Highland, Lowland, Islay, and Speyside whiskeys aged for 36 months. And it's pale dry. That's their calling card, pale dry. Now, this kind of tricked me because I got it confused when I did a taste challenge with some other whiskeys. I thought, it'll be a snap, easy. Highland Mist was only $6.49. I was saying $5.99, but no, I think it was $5.99 when I bought it at International Market. But I went back Thursday, because today's Saturday, and it was $6.49. Maybe it was $6.49 and I just got confused, but still $6.49, so it's 50 cents off. That's sort of unheard of for a 750 milliliter bottle of Scotch. So it performed above its price level. I thought it was going to just be woeful and get killed. And I'm not saying it's that good. It's okay. I guess on its own merits, it's good. I did score it an 80, I think, when I did the solo review. Something like that. I gave it a good score. It's not just average. But it's nothing remarkable. It's not something you would go seek out or just be driven to find. But for $6.49, you say, what the heck, I'll try it. Even if I have to dump it out, I lost much. But the chances of you having to dump it out are so minimal. So it's gold. Now, I don't know why they call it Highland Mist if they just tell you on the bottle it's a combination of 4 different malt whiskeys, 4 different regions. Why don't they call it conglomerate mist? You know, combination mist, multi-regional mist. See? Metal cap, plastic cap. Fancy kind of single malt Scotch whiskey bottle, even though it's blended. Standard Sazerac bottle. Any Sazerac bottles like this. If you get Crystal Palace gin, it's in this. I think that's a Barton bottle. They Sazerac took over Barton and they adopted that standard bottle, that Owensboro, Kentucky bottle and plant bottle, kind of what that is. Okay. Yes. The MacGregor is gold, but it has a green tint to it. I noticed that before. It has this weird green tint. Now I think I'll have to, no, I don't have to close my eyes. It's not going to be that close. Man, that tower. I saw they put this thing up so fast. Thursday, I went walking. No tower. Today, or yesterday, I went walking after work. This huge tower. I said they built this thing in a day. It must be like prefabricated, and they just, I can hear them bang, bang, banging it into the ground. I said, doggone. You say, well, you could move away and go out further in the country. Yeah, but pretty soon, somebody would buy all that land around you, and then you would have Chick-fil-A and Circle K right by your house, and the country wouldn't be the country anymore. And it would just be Goodyear tire repair shop, and you couldn't get away from it. I would like to, but where are you going to go? Okay. All right. I think the Clan MacGregor is going to show itself because it's going to be peatier and have more smoke. Not to say it's a smoky Scotch, it isn't. But the Highland Mist is just going to be more grain. Tastes like cereal grains. But that's what confused me with the dang Cuddy Sark. I thought I got them confused, and I was bragging on Cuddy Sark relative to Highland Mist, and I was so embarrassed. But like I say, when you do a blind taste test, it's a risk, right? And a lot of people aren't going to risk getting on a channel and doing it. They just not. They want it to be controlled. They want a controlled environment. And I've heard them say, I have to do that to build my channel. But it's fine. I'm not ridiculing that because it might be more of a venture for you, like a business. And you want to sell merchandise, glasses, T-shirts, and all these things and get big. And that's fine. Why would it make it doesn't make any difference to me? I'm just saying, in my case, that's never been the goal. It's nice. Have 10,000 subscribers. It's fine. I mean, I like it. I appreciate the people watching, but it's not say I have this drive. It has to be big. No. So then when you're not trying to build anything, like, you know, I'm not saying we built this city on liquor, wine, and beer. No. Then you can do risky things like the taste challenge and be wrong and embarrassed and everything. The taste. 15 of Scotland's finest malt and select grain whiskies from the Scottish Highlands, Lowlands, and hardest Speyside have been, they don't say Isla though, have been skillfully blended to create smooth and mellow award-winning flavor of Clan MacGregor. Oh, so it's 15 different whiskeys. I don't know how many whiskeys they're using Highland Mist. And some will tell you exactly how many. 42 whiskeys for J&B. Crown Royal Canadian blended whiskey is exactly 50 whiskeys. Color, straw gold. Yeah, they don't say with a little green tint. Nose, distinctive sweetness. Yes, vanilla. You say so. Malted, drying, hints of smoke. Yes. Taste, rich, grainy sweetness. Yeah. Hints of dry smoke. Yeah. Baked apple. I'm not too sure about that. Biscuity, smooth, malty, lingering. Finish, long, clean, and delicate sweetness. Okay. I can smell the aroma of the whiskeys coming up. Divine Dreaming. Hey guys, drinking that Stella Midnight Lager tonight and this morning. Jameson, my favorite whiskey. Highland Mist is not too bad either. Okay, well, welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for watching. And here we go with the last 12 minutes because I'm going to watch the news at the top of the hour. And I can't shave again for another week because my high school won 38-34 last night. I went to school there 4 years, and then I taught there for 14 years at that school. I actually taught there longer than that because I used to teach summer classes for special needs students for 5 years over there. And that was at the school. So yeah, it was more like 19 years. And then I retired. Not fired like some of these beer review bad people said. I see why he was fired. But they didn't realize they were blabbing him out with I had a source, a mole, and he was sending me all the private messages. I said, get this through your head. I was not fired. Here's a phone number. Call this woman. She's the principal. Ask her if I was fired. I have all of my evaluations for my whole career. You want to see them? And he said, I don't want to entertain your stuff. I said, no, you don't want to entertain it because you got caught out. If I had been fired, I would say it. I was fired. I was fired from a Chinese restaurant once because I didn't know what I was doing. I was 18 years old and I did a bad job, so I deserved it. Oh, well, I learned. I did better. I never got fired again from any job. You learn. You do better. When you're 18, you don't really know much. Even though you think you do, you don't. When you're 51, you know more. Not much as you need to know. You don't make the best decisions all the time. You're just learning. You're trying to make. By the time you get really good at it, then you die. So that's why we say lifelong learners. It's grain, man. This thing is just grain. No smoke. And a little peat tanginess. That's it. It's simple. It smells like something that would cost $6.49 a bottle. Does it smell bad? No. Does it smell off-putting? No. Does it smell standard and bland? Yes. Here's the next one. This is pretty vacant, like the Sex Pistols say, pretty vacant. It's like some old wood, and I think I picked that up when I did the first review with my daughter back 4 years ago. I said, when we were in Alabama, I said, did you have these glasses stored in some old wooden cabinet? Because I thought the glasses were making a smell from the cabinet, the wood, but it was the whiskey. That was the first time I ever had scotch. And it has some of that little waxiness, but look, neither one of these have a strong aroma. So if you want a bold, bountiful, full nose of adventure, it ain't gonna happen with these. It will not happen. If you want something dull and pretty, like I said, pretty vacant, these will work. Let's go into taste. It tastes like grain, like cereal grains. I put on my shopping list cereal because I'm almost out of cereal. Breakfast cereal. I'll eat that like 3 days a week. Put milk in it, the routine. I'll probably go to Walmart because you can get the great value, big old box for pretty cheap. And they'd be good. I don't know who makes great value. Probably Malta Meal does it for them, or Post. Some big company they contract with. I'm almost sure Folgers makes their coffee. Why? It just tastes like that. And Folgers has the biggest coffee plants in America, so they have the capacity, probably have excess capacity. 2 huge coffee mills in New Orleans, by the way, both in New Orleans East, the eastern part of New Orleans, east of the Industrial Canal. Right on the canal is the big Folgers. They make all the Folgers you get in every store. And then further east, down the old 90, Gentilly Boulevard, old Gentilly Highway, which is huge. Manicured lawn. Boy, it's a pretty plant. You could, when you drive by and your windows are down, you smell that coffee. It smells so good. That's their gourmet coffee plant, where they make all the gourmet coffees. Many of them are not under the Folgers name. It'd be like some alias name, and a lot of people would drink them and be like, this is real coffee, not that garbage like Folgers. Is like, who do you think makes it? Kind of like with the beer world. Okay, let's taste this. But that's grain. Yeah, grain. They talked about it on the dang Clan MacGregor website. Grain, but they talk about how exquisite it is. I'm just talking about how it tastes like cereal grain. Corn mostly, corn grits. Now, do they use wheat? Maybe. Do they use I don't know, barley in the column still, grain whiskey? I don't know what they do. They're not gonna tell you, but these are about 80% column still commodity whiskey. You know what I mean? Just grain alcohol, corn liquor. If you want to call it moonshine, they would call that in America. It's odorless, tasteless, generally. You say, well, that doesn't sound too good. It ain't. That's the backbone of the whiskey. The flavor is going to come from the 20% single malts that are blended in. It might be 10 different ones for this Clan MacGregor. 10 different single malt whiskeys blended in. And it may be 5 column still grain whiskey. See what I'm saying? Catch what I'm saying? It's a complex job to blend. Okay. But I think the MacGregor has more doughiness from single malt. I thought that with the Cuddy Sark, but I was wrong. I had them mixed up. I'm pretty sure, I can't verify this. Going back to beer reviews, some of them will make statements like something is a fact when they're just thinking that it might be. I say, well, how do you know that? And when you give me an answer like, well, everybody knows that, that ain't an answer. Sorry. That's not citing a source. That's Archie Bunker talking points, like he used to say. It's a known fact. Look it up. No, you made the statement. You show the proof. That's sort of like a pride problem, or it could be a cognitive ability problem. But you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make the big statement and you can't back it up. Or just admit, I don't know, I'm wrong. I say it all the time. I could be wrong. I don't know. I heard that, but I can't back it up. It's just not, it's not, dude. This is so grain alcohol. This is about as dull as dishwater. But who would want to drink that? Okay. This has a little maltiness. It has that, I bet you it's 70-30. No, take that back. See, and just let's say 75-25. It's probably 75 grain whiskeys and 25% single malt, where the other one is probably 80-20. Is there a minimum ratio in Scotland? I don't know that. Is there one in Canada? I don't know that. Is there one in America? Yes, it's 80-20. That's the minimum. If you want to make a blended whiskey in America, fine, make it. But it has to be at a minimum 20% straight whiskey, which is be invariably bourbon, because bourbon is so common in America and it's cheap, you know, in the commodity sense. Doesn't have to be, but it generally is. If you go below 20%, then it's got to be called spirit whiskey. You say that's a class, spirit whiskey? Yeah, you can buy it. Some of it is expensive. Like, why would you pay 20-something dollars for a bottle of essentially corn liquor with a 17% straight whiskey? I don't know, but people do it. I see it at the store. Rebecca Creek is one of them. 20-something dollars a bottle. Texas whiskey. I say, yeah, but what? At least Southern Comfort spirit whiskey is spiced, is flavored, has some flavoring. It's a spirit whiskey. It tells you right there on the bottle, spirit whiskey. It's mostly corn liquor. Oh. The appreciation of beer is inherently subjective. Joe Biden just says, yeah, but try to explain that to some people. And it's like, they can't conceive that. They think subjective means that it's a fact. They don't understand subjective, objective, personal taste. I don't know. It's confounding to me. I don't get mad about it. I don't get angry about it. I just find it confounding. That's all. Yeah, this is Clan MacGregor. There's no doubt. I'm 100% sure. Haha, that Joe name, says the Beer Baron. Hey, the Beer Baron. Known fact. China used to claim that you could see the Great Wall of China from the moon, from space. People believed this propaganda even to the point where it was listed, it was even mentioned in encyclopedias like World Book, I think, or Funkenwagen, that you could see it. Totally made up. They used to say that. The only man-made structure visible from space. And then other scientists, investigators said, how could you see a wall from space? Maybe if you had a telescope, but they were saying with the human eye. That was just Maoist propaganda, you know, China under Mao. They would make all these crazy claims, you know. Everyone in China eats huge banquet meals all week in the workers' paradise when they were all, you know, starving. You're right, says Beer Baron. Okay. But never, you know, the socialists love to make big claims, you know, that they can't back up, like Huey Long. Every man a king, but no one wears a crown. Total idiocy. Yeah, this is it. And that's Highland Mist, HM. Ah, yeah, baby. I did it. And I knew it right off the bat. From the get-go, I had one and the other differentiated. And I couldn't do that with Cutty Sark. So does that kind of besmirch Cutty Sark's reputation? Well, it sure don't help it. Because Cutty Sark's $15 a bottle, and I couldn't tell it apart from a $6.49 bottle? Something ain't right. Well, I'm going to watch the news. Okay, Canada Dry Hands. Have you ever had Famous Grouse Smoked Black? Smoky Black? No, but I see it all the time, and I would like to try it. But there's only so much. You just can't do it all. It's not possible. But when I got that ticket for running a red light, I might have bought that Johnny Walker Blue Label. But, man, I don't know. $250 for a bottle of whiskey, that's sort of like dumbness in a way when you think about it. That's like frivolous spending. But people do say it's the best in the world. All right, thanks for watching this video production.